Please be seated. Welcome to the 2026 Winter Athletic Assembly. Tonight we will celebrate our competitive non-hockey teams. We'll be hosting another event for those teams once their seasons end on April 8th. Shortly you will hear from several winter coaches. As well, some of you in this room will receive individual awards. Winner or not, I hope you all look back on your winter sports seasons with fond memories. On behalf of all of us in this room, I would like to give a big thank you to several special people. This long list of dedicated people is the reason sports at Stanstead are so great. First, I'll thank all of you in advance, as I know you'll give your full focus to this assembly. Thank you to Ms. Victoria Gagné, Ms. Sonia Perron, Mr. Maxime Boulet, Mrs. Holly Moore in the Health Center, and to our athletic therapists, Ms. Megan Vincent and Ms. Camille Roy. Thank you to Ms. Hessian and most recently Mr. K for creating a positive environment with the boot camp group. Thank you to the maintenance department, the ladies in the laundry, the team at the arena, Patrick Gauthier and the drivers, and our kitchen staff who all work tirelessly to make sure we have everything we need. Every person mentioned are truly the backbone of the sports program here at Stanstead College. This dedicated group will go the extra mile every time for you. Thank you to Ms. Guerrera for her continued support for the athletics program. Thank you to Andrew Norris in the athletics store. Andrew continues to take on more and more and is a pleasure to have managing the gyms. I also want to thank the communications team, Mr. Murray, Ms. Guerrera, and the occasional visit from Ms. Garrett, who spend hours on the fields, in the arena, capturing all your highlights, creating the team photos, and providing you with your content that stays with you long after your playing days. So a big round of applause to all those people I mentioned, the people who made this winter term so successful. Now I have two final thank yous. First, and sadly, two of these women are not here with us tonight, but they deserve a huge thanks. Thank you to our volunteer mom crew, Ms. Nicole Davis, Mrs. Heather Goodsell, and Mrs. Christy Trottier. They haven't just been volunteers, they've embraced the school culture, become incredible role models for the girls who play for them, and above all, have taken the snacks to the next level. You don't have to do this as part of your job, you just stepped up as there was a need and have been absolute rock stars. Stanstead College is lucky to have you. Thank you. And second, certainly not last, a huge thank you to all of your other winter coaches. They are the backbone of our sports memories and give so much to their programs. We're lucky to have them leading our teams, and they all have my utmost respect. I truly hope you took time to write them something meaningful tonight. If not, it's never too late to write a note and leave it on their desk. A coach's true success is measured not in wins, but in the lives they shape. So let them know how they shaped yours. Starting off, junior girls volleyball, Miss Blair.
I have been sick for the past week, so bear with my voice. First of all, thank yous to Mr. Spurk, thank yous to the Wellness Center, their whole team, and Mr. Norris, and to all of the timers and scorers who've come and put their heads in danger without any protective gear while scoring and timing our games. Miss Wilkinson, my mom, and I took on the challenge of coaching the junior girls volleyball team this term. Neither of us had coached a competitive sport, nor had we really ever played volleyball. But we figured that we could make it fun. Wouldn't be that hard, right? Oh boy. We were in for a steep learning curve. After hours and hours of Google and research and figuring out what a bump was, we got onto the court and together as a team with all of our girls, we learned how to bump, we learned how to set, and we learned how to serve. And we realized we're not really all that bad. We were actually pretty good. But what most of Miss Wilkinson and I learned was from our girls. We learned the love of the game from the girls. We learned that a lot of them put every single moment of practice and love into the sport, which made us love it even more. We learned that soccer, really good prerequisite for volleyball, for some of those impossible saves. We learned that sometimes the cheer is not going to be great, and sometimes 1, 2, 3 pizza is a really good motivator. We learned that sometimes you really work hard and you really practice hard and you'll get that serve over, even the elusive overhand. We also learned that positivity wins more games than negativity. But what did we teach the girls? We taught them communication, that volleyballs don't actually hurt as much as you think they do, and always use 2 hands. We also taught them, and Ted Lasso taught them, that the happiest animal on earth is the goldfish. I don't know if you noticed tonight, but we were handing out goldfish for a reason. The goldfish is the happiest animal on earth because it only has a 10-second memory. This means that mistakes are going to happen. If you dwell on them, you'll lose. But a goldfish doesn't have the memory to remember their mistakes. So, if a mistake happens, be a goldfish, move on. It's a life lesson. We're proud of all of the girls for their effort and progress, and we want to thank all of them. I'm going to invite Miss Wilkinson up to do our awards and all that kind of stuff.
So we're at our awards section of the day. We have a couple of junioresses, and we have some sportsmanship awards. So we have a junior S that goes to Maddie Cox for her unselfishness and inclusiveness, for helping the girls improve their skills and feel part of the team. A junior S goes to Charlotte Nadeau for her skills, positivity, love of the game, no matter what. And a junior S goes to Mackenzie Whiskey-Chan, who, without a doubt, was the girl who learned many lessons about leadership and applied those lessons as often as she could. She was the engine of the team. For our sportsmanship award, there's no real question, Jimena has been the cheerleader. Since day one. And if you know her, this is no surprise. When we had lost our sets and the girls were tired, when things were going well, when practice was kind of boring, when we were tired, Jimena, well, she was the bright light and the smile and positivity for our team. She embodies the Be a Goldfish mantra of our team. Coaches, you'll be lucky to have her on your team in the spring. Sportsmanship award to Jimena. Come on up, girls.
Okay, the next program to be recognized, junior boys basketball, Mr. Kuse.
All right, so before I begin, I would just like to give a huge shout out and thank you to Miss Scrabby for being my co-coach all year and for having to put up with all of the tomfoolery us boys come with. So thank you, Miss Scrabby. And also a huge thank you to Miss Scrabby for making sure that our van on the way to Ottawa gets off the 401. For those of you who don't know, the 401 takes you to Toronto, and that's where Mr. Cousset's van ended up being. The boys could remember. So thank you, Miss Scrabby, for reminding me to get off that highway. All right, to the boys. Although we did not have the most successful season in terms of wins and losses, the Junior Boys Bantam team certainly had a lot of fun and hopefully created many memories along the way. From daily conditioning to making shots in our opposing basket or in our own basket, I hope you boys enjoyed the season as much as we did. Who could forget the time practice schedule got a bit confused and we ran up the Colby stairs for 20 minutes doing push-ups? That was fun. Who could remember when we attempted to make blindfolded layups for a chance to scrimmage for the rest of practice? I still think Eker cheated, but he made it. Or the mixed practices we had with the D4-1 boys and volleyball girls near the end of the season. And another shout out, thank you Mr. Liverpool for having skill sessions teaching us how to play defense and rebound correctly. Thank you Mr. Liverpool. Even though we were only 10 players and sometimes 9 after Aiden would foul out in the first quarter, you boys played with heart and with everything you had, every practice and every game. Ollie, the youngest member of our team, when he was in the zone, he was unstoppable offensively. He was able to score baskets anywhere when he just locked in. Chad, our defensive ninja, intercepting passes, forcing the opposition into mistakes, and creating fast break opportunities for us on offense. Rama, our ball handler and speedster. Rama also had a relaxed, smooth rhythm when he played, but when he turned on those jets, he could outrun anybody. Eker, you always knew when Eker was on the court because the volume always got 10 times louder. Whether it was shouting, calling for the ball, making noises on defense, you always knew his presence. Aiden always knew how to put on a show. However, when he played with control, he had the potential to be lights out both offensively and defensively under the basket. Noah, our year-to-year most improved player. Noah really learned how to manage his emotions on the court, and this became a huge benefit to him. When he was focused, he was able to make baskets from the most weird positions that I never thought could be possible. But Noah, you made those happen somehow. Garrett always knew how to make the most out of any situation. Always with a smile, he gained awareness of the game as the year went on, and he continued to be a reliable presence on the court. Liam, a newcomer to basketball, and who made the most of his time on the court. He worked hard in practices and always gave it his all when a drill was challenging. He is also a very quick learner and made the most memorable three-point shot of our season in our Ottawa tournament. David showed a lot of improvement since last year and was a key asset, in both the post offensively and defensively, and always knew how to keep practice light and funny with his fiery dance moves. Ethan, always dependable, willing to try new positions, and gave his all every single game, every single practice, and was a positive influence for our boys. So boys, thank you for all that. So boys, we hope you leave this season with great memories, the practice, the games, the laughs, and the conditioning we did throughout the year. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your effort. Ms. Scrabby will announce our awards.
I have this memorized, but not that well. All right, so we have one Junior S and one Sportsmanship Award to give out tonight, so you can both come up at the same time. So our Junior S this year goes to a player who proves that basketball really isn't about size. It's about heart, hustle, and maybe being quick enough to run under everyone else on the court. The smallest player on the team, Chad, somehow managed to sneak in, grab rebounds, make sharp cuts, and intercept passes that were way above his head every single time. Chad, your hard work and dedication have been incredible to watch, and it's been a pleasure seeing you grow into the player you are today. So the Junior S goes to Chad Allard. Now, the Sportsmanship Award goes to a player who gave 100% at every practice and every game. He worked hard, stayed after practice, and even when he was on the bench, he never complained. He just kept supporting his teammates. It's been an honor to coach Liam and to watch him fall in love with the game. And I think we can all agree that watching him score his first points of the season during our Turnbull tournament was pretty awesome. I might have almost cried on the bench. The Sportsmanship Award goes to Liam Bronson. You can both come up.
Next program to speak, Bantam Girls Basketball, Mr. Van Dyke.
First, thank you to Mr. Spurk, Andrew Norris, and the Skittles crew for all you did for basketball this season, and a huge thank you, as Mr. Spurk mentioned, to the amazing, indispensable Coach Goodsoul, Olivia's mom, who volunteered to coach with me this year. Unfortunately, she's quite sick, unable to be here tonight, leaving me all alone with the loudest, zaniest group of Bantam girls on the planet. Coach, if you're watching live right now, I need you. I don't even know how I made it through supper. I would like to give the awards first so I can finish my speech with my favorite part, talking about the season and talking about the entire team. There are going to be 2 Bantam S Awards and 1 Sportsmanship Award. I will talk about all 3 of you, then you'll all come up together. The first Bantam S goes to a player with elite dribbling and passing skills, uncommon court vision, and an absurdly high basketball IQ. Her ceiling as a basketball player is crazy high, as she already does the hard things well. As she gets older, she is only going to get stronger and faster, so if she stays with the game, there is no telling how far she can go. A disciplined athlete who puts in the work when nobody is watching. Bantam S to Taya, Liverpool. The second Bantam S goes to one of the most dominant players in the RSEQ, which is our league. Some players in the league are fast. Some players are long. And some players can really shoot, but it's very rare to be able to do all 3 like this player can. Similar to her teammate Taya, if she keeps working on her game, the sky is the limit. A big game player with a scorer's mentality and the rare ability to perform in the clutch. Bantam S to Olivia Goodsoul Martel. The Sportsmanship Award goes to a selfless player who does the dirty work in more ways than one. During games, you'll find her playing tough defense, fighting for loose balls, setting screens for her teammates, and off the court, she's the one to help with the equipment and cleaning up at Sunnyside after practice. Just as importantly, she was always 100% listening to instruction during practices and games. While others were distracted, she was focused. While others were chatting, she was locked in. A perfect teammate and a joy to coach. Sportsmanship Award to Riley Harding Goodsoul. Come on up, all 3, come on up. So a couple of practices ago, I introduced Knockout Revenge to the team. So they fell in love with it. They knew what knockout was, but the idea that you could get knocked out and then come back in was a game changer. So I'm watching this with Coach Goodsoul was playing, and it occurs to me that at the start of the season, we only had 2 players out of 11 that could hit a free throw. In fact, back then, we had at least 4 players who could not even reach the rim. It was too far, players were too young, too inexperienced. But now, 5 months later, not that long a time, not only can everyone reach the rim, but everyone is hitting free throws like it's no big deal. And if they miss, they race forward, grab the rebound, and simply put in the layup, as if layups weren't a big deal 5 months ago. My point is, the improvement I've seen from you guys is the number one thing that I'm most proud of from this season. Not only the improved skill, but how much you learned about the game of basketball, a game I love, and how much of you came to, and how much some of you also came to love it. My number 2 proudest moment is the Montreal Independent Schools tournament. So when we walked into the ECS gym, I saw the opposing players, and I actually thought some of them were seniors. They were huge, they were strong. One girl was ripped, like jacked, they were fast. I couldn't believe they were grade 7-8. I've been teaching for a while, I know what grade 7-8 looks like. This wasn't it. But in the highlight of the season, for 5 straight games, you girls did not back down one bit. You get run over by that girl from the study, you just get back up again. The LCC point guard would steal the ball, we went right back at her. Cooper built up a 30-point lead, you never gave up. And in the one winnable game versus West Island College, we made it to overtime, and actually won in overtime with Olivia's 9 for 10 clutch free throw shooting. You guys spent every second of that tournament undersized and outgunned. But that only made you play harder, which says a lot about your character. And the third thing I'm most proud of is our final game of the year, the RSEQ quarterfinal game. Not only was it impressive we made the playoffs at all, but we saved our best for last and played our most mature, grown-up, intelligent game of the season. You guys were 100% focused on the bench, you listened during timeouts, you made adjustments, and you fought to the final whistle. That was a great way to end the season. Okay, one more bonus thing I'm proud of. Our very first road trip on the yellow bus, you bring out the speaker, and I'm expecting to hear Sabrina Carpenter or Olivia Rodrigo or someone like that. And the very first song of the season that you play is a song from 2012, a song that I love, Wings by Macklemore. A song released before any of you were even born. So huge respect, you guys have taste. So, thank you to the whole team for a season I will not soon forget. From our sandwich defense, to Grace scoring on the wrong basket, to special handshakes, to Coach Goodsoe snacks, to me never guessing right between Lucy and Annabelle, to Sheridan constantly falling down, to clocking it, and finally, of course, to the loudest, ear-splitting team cheers in the league. It was an outstanding season. Coach Goodsoe and I have one more thing to ask of you all. Keep playing basketball. It's a beautiful sport, and thank you.
All right, next program to speak, Senior Girls D41 Volleyball. I'll be speaking because Miss Golin couldn't make it here tonight. Before I get talking about the Senior Girls D41 team, I do want to say a quick shout out to the Senior Girls D4 team, who I also had the pleasure of hanging out with. You've done great for the sport and fun to watch you play. So in the past years, we're only able to offer one senior girls volleyball team, which unfortunately, and this is what hurts me the most in running the sports program, is having to tell some girls that they have to choose a sport that isn't their first option. So this season, thanks to Coach Golin stepping up, we were able to have 2 teams, and with that, 25 plus girls playing senior volleyball. Competing in the RSDQ and ETAC was an amazing experience and made for a very meaningful season. Personally, it was great to see 15 girls get the chance to stay with the sport and compete in 2 leagues. My favorite memory was watching the dedication and joy that they brought to the court. It was fun seeing players improve their serves, hitting, and defense, going from playing ping pong volleyball to setting up winning points. Graduating players, all the best, and I really do hope you stick with it, even if it means playing co-ed in university. Finally, thank you to all the team for a memorable season and never giving up on me trying to learn the team cheer. I wasn't always there, but I always loved my time with you when I was. Thank you. Now, a few words from Miss Golin. Girls, I'm really proud of you. If you just looked at the scoreboard from this season, it probably wouldn't tell the whole story. We didn't always get the results we were hoping for, but what the scoreboard doesn't show is the effort, the progress, and the attitude everyone brought every week. No matter what, everyone kept showing up, putting in the work, and finding ways to enjoy being part of the team with a smile. That says a lot about this group, and at the end of the day, a season is only about wins and losses. It's about the work everyone puts in and the good moments we share, and the way the team sticks together through everything. And in that sense, I think this season was a huge success. I'm really grateful to have been part of this team, and I'm proud of every one of you. Thanks for the effort, the energy, and for making this such a great group to be around. Thank you. Now to the awards. Sportsmanship. This award goes to two players who showed great sportsmanship all season long. They came to every game in practice ready to learn, focused, and willing to put in the work. Even on tougher days, they kept a positive attitude and were always there to support their teammates. Their effort, attitude, and the way they carried themselves on and off the court made a real difference to this team's Sportsmanship Award, co-awarded to Caitlin Wonka and Camille Lacroix-Pillon. Senior S Awards, there's three. This first award goes to a player who has been a force on the court this season. No matter where she played, she brought strength, confidence, and intensity to the game. She's the kind of player her teammates could always rely on in big moments, someone who steps up, competes hard, and has the ability to turn the momentum of a match. Her determination and the impact she had on the court made her a key part of this team's all season. It's been a privilege to watch her compete and to have her on the team this year. Senior S to Juliette Bernardi. The next Senior S goes to our most improved player of the season. From the beginning of the season, she showed a real commitment to getting better and made noticeable progress along the way. She put a lot of effort and care into every practice, and it paid off as the season went on. Her growth as a player was great to see, and she approached the season with a mindset of learning and improving. She also brought a fun energy to the gym and was a great presence to have on the team. It's been a pleasure to coach her this season, and we're really proud of the progress she made. Senior S to Bridget Hatzapetros Snively. And the final award goes to a leader on the team. She worked hard every day, lifted her teammates' spirits, and helped the team stay focused when it mattered most. She knows how to step up in the big moments and guide the team in the right direction, both on and off the court. Her presence and approach on the court made a positive impact on the team all season. It's been a pleasure to coach her, and we're grateful for the energy, dedication, and heart she brought to every practice of the game. Final Senior S to Miley Leduc. Come on up. Our next program to be recognized, Senior Boys D41 Basketball, Mr. Liverpool. Thank you, sir.
Good evening. Welcome. Congratulations to all of you in this room. Whether you receive a reward this evening or not, you should be proud of yourselves and pleased, I know I am, with the fact that you spent time with friends, new friends, old friends, getting some exercise, building relationships, and playing a sport, whether you loved it or not, but playing a sport, instead of spending the majority of your time, which sadly we know we do, on screens. So congratulations to all of you in this room, and hope you have a great evening. I'm going to start with our awards. We have 4 awards. 1 Sportsmanship Award, and 3 Senior S's. After I finish with the awards, Mr. Wong will come up and he will speak about the team and the season. Our first award is a Sportsmanship Award, and it's awarded to Keita Tutsumi. Keita is unquestionably one of the quickest athletes that I have had the pleasure of working with. In this, his first year of organized basketball, he quickly distinguished himself as one of the most dedicated and hardworking members in the team, and as a result, earned himself a starting role. While his relative inexperience was occasionally evident, it was consistently matched by his strong athletic intelligence, his openness to instruction, and genuine desire to improve. Keita demonstrated respect for both teammates and opponents alike, often leading by example through his conduct and his work ethic. He embodies the qualities every coach hopes to find in an athlete, someone who elevates the team, and in doing so, makes the coach's role significantly easier. Thank you, Keita, for your outstanding effort and commitment. It is for these reasons that the boys' D41 Sportsmanship Award goes to Keita Tutsumi. Next award is a Senior S Award. We're a Most Improved Award to be presented this evening. There's little doubt that it would be bestowed upon this young man. Over the course of the season, Grady developed into a leader both on and off the court, demonstrating growth in confidence, consistency, and competitive presence. Down the stretch, he led our team in both rebounding and scoring, a clear reflection of his dedication and tireless work ethic. Equally impressive was his willingness to be coached. Grady listened attentively to instruction and applied it effectively in game situations. In fact, it would not be an overstatement, I don't think, to suggest that he possesses the qualities that could one day make him an excellent coach himself. Thank you, Grady, for the role you played in what was a truly memorable season. Congratulations to you on earning this Senior S Award. Sorry about that, there was a ladybug on my speech. Our next Senior S Award. When one thinks of a roller coaster, images of highs and lows, twists and turns, and unpredictable moments come to mind. Calm and even-keeled by nature, our team leader and captain simply refused to be taken along for that ride. Instead, he met the inevitable challenges of season with composure, grace, and maturity. From the moment I began coaching him, it was clear that this steadiness was not situational, but intrinsic to who he is. Merrick was rarely rattled, consistently approaching each opponent, and every opportunity with focus and quiet intensity. Much like Grady, he led primarily through example, seldom relying on words to communicate his expectations to his teammates. For these reasons, it is with great pride that a Senior S is awarded to our captain, Merrick Thibodeau. And our final award this evening is our last Senior S. If I'm to be candid, and there's no shame in this, we were not, in the traditional sense, a team of basketball specialists. Rather, we were a committed group of young athletes, individuals who loved the game and simply wanted the opportunity to compete. Greg, a former high-level volleyball player, embodied this spirit perfectly. His speed and vertical ability set him apart, allowing him to outmatch nearly every opponent he faced. While he began the season at a measured pace, Greg steadily improved, as any true athlete does, developing both a stronger understanding of the game and an increasingly impressive level of competitiveness. For these reasons, and many more, it is with great pride that Senior S is awarded to Gregory Lavalier. Come on up, guys. Sorry. Thank you, guys. Great job.
Good job.
Here you go, Joe. Finish it off, buddy.
Hey, thank you.
Bring her home.
Hey, boys. The game of basketball is not merely a physical contest, but a profound demonstration of perseverance, strategy, and collective determination. Through relentless dedication and unwavering resilience, we transform individual effort into a harmonious pursuit of excellence on the court. Through discipline, preparation, and strategic, you know what, I can't do this. Okay, I can't lie, ChatGPT wrote this. My point is this. It's not hard to figure out you didn't write your own essay. Mr. DeLorme found out I used ChatGPT. How did he know? Really? Really? Do I sound like this? All right. So I'm going to make my own speech, and it's not going to be as elegant or poetic, but it's going to be from the heart. First, I'd like to thank Coach Liverpool. I'd like to thank Coach Liverpool for his dedication and for bringing the necessary cohesion to our team. In the short time he took over the reins, you individually didn't improve as much as you improved as a group. Things started to change. You found out you were good passers. You became better at making others look good. You went out there and represented the school with class. You stopped checking the score sheet after 30-point losses and to see how many points you scored, but instead you hugged and high-fived after each other after hard-fought wins. You made smart decisions, and finally, you started to play basketball. But most importantly, you started having fun. A short stats lecture, okay? Bear with me. You know shooting percentage can be modeled using the binomial distribution? Ask me, okay? You can graph probability distribution functions and cumulative distribution functions. So I did that. I took Xiaofang's shooting percentage and calculated the probability of making 4 or more three-pointers out of 7. The odds of that, 1 in 95. And yet, he did it. To my surprise, he did it. And you know how I know? Because he reminds me every practice and sometimes in math class. Now, I could continue with all this success on the court and go on about how great he drives to the basket and how Greg and Merrick relentless tenacity to grab rebounds, or the fact that Yuki made an impact playing on one ankle, or how Maxton and Keita started to find their style, and how they used to raise the level of the team. Everything necessary to win. But it pales in comparison to the friendships you built this season. You heard about triple threat in basketball. Well, here in Stanstead College, there's a unique kind of triple. I was fortunate to work with you as a coach, house parent in Davis, and some of you actually paid attention to me when I yapped about some math stuff. It has been an absolute pleasure getting to know you, and for some of you, it's been an unforgettable 3 to 4 years. To the graduating class, you made a warm and lasting impact on me, and I want to thank you for allowing me to be part of your experience at Stanstead in all 3 capacities. Thank you for letting me join in your pickup games. Thank you for taking it easy on me at the pickup games. But most importantly, thank you for being authentic. Okay, you want to hear a joke? Okay. David Boy walks into TOD's office and says, "You know what I heard? Xiao Fan got 4 threes. "No way," said the other boy. "How did he get 4 threes? "Oh, his room's a mess. Big boss gave it to him." For the players who are coming back, keep up the hard work and practice over the summer. Bryson and Aiden, I've watched you grow from little kids to towering over me, and I look forward to seeing your progress in the next 2 years. Jason is turning into quite a point guard. Steven and Nemo are getting better and better, more accurate at layups every day. In fact, I already thought of a play for next year. Bryson sets a pick for Nemo, and when he's open, Jason has to work on finding Nemo under the basket. Oh, come on. The season might be over, but for Spartans, sports is never over. 50 years from now, when this school is about 200 years or something, my hope is that you're still competing, still improving, and still making lasting memories. I love you all. Team on 3.
Okay, the next program is the first program of the night that can give a Major S award. As in the Fall Assembly, we recognize Major S awards with a standing ovation. With that, I invite our squash coach, Miss Campbell.
Seriously, you do this to me and not Miss McDonald? That's just so wrong on so many levels. Mr. Wong's a tough act to follow. That was excellent, Coach. I would like to acknowledge my squash team. I don't know if you're aware of this, and you're probably not and don't really care, but you should know. 2 squash courts, 17 players. What do you do? Second-term sports. Not everybody got to play as much as they wanted to. Not everybody got to practice as much as they wanted to. But they stood up and they bore it well, and I truly appreciate that. I would like to give a shout out to Ziu and Benya, who stepped up when I needed them, and mostly just for being there when we all needed them. So thank you very much. So with 17 players, there are 7 awards to give out. This young man, if you don't know him, you should. And if you do know him, you understand what I'm about to say about his very steady, very dry, completely serious sense of humor all the time. Constant, hadn't picked up a racket before, learned how to play, didn't just learn how to play, in fact, he stepped up a couple of times and joined us against BCS, and BCS is our only competition for tournaments. Always ready. Mostly, I relied upon him to keep tabs on Taisei. Miss, Taisei will be missing practice today because. Miss, I just messaged Taisei, he's still not here, which was greatly appreciated. My very favorite memory, though, is one tournament, BCS came up short because of illnesses. And I just put on our team chat, so this is the situation. We now need another girl. Wesley, you're up. Okay, miss. That was it. He stepped up. He did tremendous, fantastic job. So Junior S to Wesley. Thank you, Wesley. Dahlia arrived late in the season last year, sort of knew the game, quickly became very good at it. This year, her growth has been tremendous. And again, every time we played BCS, Dahlia was there. Some days better than others. That wasn't the point. So, Dahlia, hold that thought. Kira, also second year, steady, stepped up her backhand serves, or returns, I should say. Phenomenal, very, very steady as well. Mike's son, always ready to face a challenge. Didn't matter who he played, excellent, but incredibly observant and picked up some great moves from some of the BCS top players. Those are my 3 senior S's. My sportsmanship award is more than just sportsmanship. Here's somebody who was completely new to the game, had never played before. Didn't stop her in the least from challenging Roger and Matthew, Ma, to play against her. Why? She wanted to learn. She wanted to get good at it. So very competitive spirit. Why is she the sportsmanship person on our team? Besides the beautiful smile and always giving of herself, she is truly a ray of sunshine. And that goes to Katie Liu. If you could all come together, please. I have 2 major S awards to present. One is no surprise. Our team captain, the coach actually, generous, kept the team and myself sane, always one we can count on, always one to present leadership, always one to say, you know, I think that, when you knew very, very well, he meant, Ms. Campbell, you better do this, which is fine. So that is no re-award. No surprise that it is a re-award, and that goes to Roger Marcoux.
Your captains get it. It's like you want to build your.
My second major S goes to somebody that I kind of made fun of last year because he was always sweating. That hasn't changed. What has changed is what he did for our team. Practically every single tournament that we played with BCS. He did have an honorable mention for Athlete of the Week. And that was because he didn't do it just once, but he did it twice in one tournament, both times scoring the winning point. And if you've never played squash, the size of the court and sliding across that hard floor against their number one player and scoring is incredible. Not only has he stepped up his game, more importantly, he's learned to silence his inner voice so that he doesn't, in fact, somebody's phone is ringing, he doesn't undermine his play. And for this, I am very pleased to award Matthew Ma with a major S.
Our next program to recognize, curling, Mr. Planeta.
Thank you, Mr. Spurk. You know, the curling team asked me what I wanted for a coaching gift, and I should have told them a lectern lamp, because it is not the greatest light up here, I'll be honest with you people. Lucy, make a note of that for next year. Thank you, Mr. Spurk. It was a true pleasure to coach the curling team this winter. It was a fun season, and I'm very proud of the group of students who represented our school so well on and off the ice. Although, if you saw our practices back in November, you would realize our biggest challenge was staying upright on the ice long enough to actually throw a rock. The first factor I noticed this season, and something that really impressed me in young people, was ownership. These curlers truly took ownership of this team. From the very beginning, they understood that success in curling comes from working together, and they embraced that idea completely. Returning players made a genuine effort to support the new players, and they helped rookies learn the many parts of the game, from throwing to sweeping, strategy, scoring, offense, and defense. And they also learned a very important skill of all, learning that when the skip yells sweep, you sweep like Miss Campbell is going to give you detention if you don't. There was always someone ready to explain a drill, demonstrate a technique, or offer encouragement. Instead of focusing on individual success, the team focused on helping one another improve. The attitude was simple. When one player gets better, the whole team gets better, and they realize that they rely on one another. And as the saying goes, a rising tide lifts all boats. The second aspect that stood out to me more this winter than others before was initiative. The players didn't wait to be told what needed to be done. They simply took care of things. If a light was on, someone turned it off. If a TV, one of the monitors at the club needed to be turned on, someone handled it. If the equipment had to be put away, they took care of it without being asked. These might seem like small things, but they say a lot about character. Initiative shows responsibility, maturity, and pride in being part of something bigger than yourself. It made practices run smoothly, it helped competitions run efficiently, and it showed that the team truly cared about what they were building together. And I have to say, this level of responsibility was impressive because most teachers I know can walk past the light switch about 12 times before noticing it's on. My proudest moment of the season came in the playoffs. In the first round, we played the top team in the league. The team from Richmond had been undefeated all year and had won most of their games quite handily, but our team stepped onto the ice that afternoon, ready to compete. With the final shot of regulation, Alvin made a fantastic hit and roll behind a wall of guards, and that left Richmond with a very difficult draw to the button to win the game. Their shot slid a little too far, and suddenly the game was tied. We lost the game by a single point in the extra end, but the result wasn't the most important part. What mattered was that we had taken the top team in the league to overtime and showed that we could compete at that level. And honestly, if you're going to lose, losing by 1 point in an extra end at least means you got your money's worth out of that game. After that, we had to face the second best team in the league, and once again, it was a close game. We were in every end, trading shots and battling right to the finish. It was another strong performance that showed just how much the team had grown over the course of the season. I'm incredibly proud of the skills we developed this winter. Not just the technical skills of curling, but also the teamwork, perseverance, and confidence that came from them. To those returning next year, I'm really looking forward to building on what we accomplished this season. I mean, how often can you throw rocks at houses and not get in trouble for it? Am I right? And to those moving on, I encourage you to find a local curling club in your future community and keep enjoying this great sport for years to come. Curling is a sport you can play for life. In fact, as you've seen at our club and at most curling clubs, you're considered the young pup until you're about 57. Thank you to the players for a wonderful season. It was truly a pleasure to be your coach, and I'm already looking forward to getting back on the ice with you again in November. I have a few individual awards that I want to hand out. I'd like to start by recognizing someone who might be the most valuable utility player a coach could ask for. Cindy could play any position we needed, lead, second, third, and I'm pretty sure if I had asked her to drive the team bus, she would have smiled and said, "Sure." No matter where she played, Cindy always brought the same thing: encouragement, positivity, and a calm confidence that lifted the entire team. She supported her teammates, worked hard, and carried herself in a quiet maturity that set a great example for everyone around her. And let's be honest, every team needs someone who can keep spirits high, especially after a missed shot or when the sweepers swear the rock was turning the other way. For her positive attitude, her willingness to do whatever the team needed, and the respect she shows to teammates and opponents alike, I am pleased to present the Sportswomanship Award to Cindy Zhao. At the start of the season, I wasn't sure if Saya was going to see much playing time. We had several seniors with more experience than Saya, and he's in grade 9, and with just 1 year of curling under his belt. But when I asked the core group who they thought should throw second stones this winter, the answer was immediately, we need Saya. Now, when your teammates campaign for you like that, you know you have some skills. One piece of advice I always give the curlers is simple: watch every shot. If you do that, your brain starts to figure out the ice, the curl, the speed, the weight, and Saya clearly took that advice to heart. All winter long, he read the ice, made excellent shots, and proved to be he absolutely belonged out there. He became a fantastic addition to the team, and also proof that sometimes the youngest player on the roster is the one everyone wants beside them on the ice. So it's my pleasure to give a Senior S Award to Saya Aikawa. Every team needs someone who understands their role, and sometimes someone who understands it better than the coach does. Early in the season, I had Lucy penciled in to throw third stones. I figured she'd be the perfect bridge between the skip and the front end, but Lucy politely suggested that she be more valuable as lead. And when a player tells the coach you might be wrong, there's usually two things. First of all, they're very brave, and maybe they're correct. And it turns out Lucy was absolutely correct. As lead in curling, you have to read the ice quite quickly. You set up each end with smart guards, and Lucy gave us a fighting chance against some very strong teams. She brought a quiet maturity, steady strategy, and the kind of calm leadership every team hopes for. Plus, she's proved an important lesson for all of us. Sometimes the best team strategy is to simply listen to Lucy. It's my pleasure to present a Senior S Award to Lucy Liu. Mavis has been a big part of this team for several years and worked her way up the ranks to become our skip. Now, being skip means making the big calls, reading the ice, and occasionally pretending that every shot was exactly how you planned it. What impressed me most about Mavis is that even as a grade 12 with plenty of experience, she never coasted. I did not want to see her take it easy, and she did not disappoint. Mavis never missed her turn in a drill, was always thinking about the next strategic move, and was constantly looking for ways to improve her game. She led the team with quiet confidence and gave everyone around her steady, thoughtful leadership. And any team with a calm skip plays better, because if the skip isn't panicking, the rest of us figure we shouldn't either. So it's my pleasure to present a Senior S Award to Mavis Liu. Would you guys come down, please? One more, and then I'll get into your hair. But this has been delightful. And now, the moment I've been waiting for years. No one has been a bigger piece of the curling puzzle for this team than Alvin. When he showed up in the fall of 2022, we quickly discovered two things. First, he was the best sweeper in the league, and second, he was also one of our most reliable shooters. Now, normally someone that good might become skip, but if we did that, Alvin would be standing in the house most of the game, and frankly, we needed him sweeping way too much to let that happen, so we used a little-known curling trick, where the third throws the last stones of the end. Some might call it strategy, some might call it cheating, others might call it creative coaching, but who's to say? Who's to say? That way, we got the best of both worlds. Alvin was sweeping hard at the start of each end and then calmly delivering the big shots to close out each end. But what really stood out was Alvin's quiet confidence. He always wanted to win, but he brought an easygoing attitude that kept the whole team relaxed. And in curling, that's important, because if you get too tense, the rock is either going to curl 3 feet more than you expected, or it's going to go flying through the house in an adrenaline rush. Alvin made this new sweater be a reminder of your incredible contributions to this team over many years of service. Please rise and join me in recognizing Major S Award to Alvin Pion.
All right, our next program to be recognized not only can give major S's, but it is our first program of the evening who will be giving out MVP trophies. Like the major S winners, MVP trophy winners also receive a standing ovation. Next program to be recognized, swimming, Mr. Belknap Keat.
All right, let's see what ChatGPT can do. All right, good evening, first off. Just like to say that, for all coaches, every season there's always a bunch of challenges. When the swim season started this year, I kind of expected that my biggest challenge was going to be just remembering my entire team's names. After all, this was the largest team I've ever coached, with 19 swimmers across bantam, junior, and senior levels. When the season started, I was pretty sure it was going to take me right up until maybe Christmas before I knew everybody's name. In fact, I think I still occasionally call Lena Lorena. So, it was tough. Turns out that wasn't the biggest challenge. I mean, we had a bunch of challenges. At one point, we didn't even have a pool to swim in. We had Emmanuelle forgetting her swimsuit almost once a week. We had times where we got there and Ryan had to be the lifeguard because the lifeguard hadn't showed up yet. A bunch of different challenges. But the biggest challenge by far, and this was a surprise, was getting Rodrigo on the bus after practice because he was too busy doing his hair. I mean, 10 minutes after everybody is ready to go, we're still waiting on Rodrigo. Is he even here tonight? Did he make it? Yeah? Yep, there he is. Oh, check. No, he's fixing it now. There we go. All right. Beyond that, the challenges and everything else, coaches always learn an awful lot from their teams. I learned a lot this year. I learned that some things that no swim coaching manual could ever have taught me. For example, I didn't realize that a swim team might need safety equipment, like jock straps and face guards, as demonstrated by Ian Rambatis. Thanks, Rombo. I'll remember that for next year. He taught me actually quite a bit this year. He also taught me this new type of turn. It's amazing. Okay, so I call it the shallow end turn, and this is how it goes. You get to the shallow end of the pool, and normally most of my swimmers, they do this kind of flip thing and they push off. It's really cool. Some other ones can't quite do the flip, so they'll take it and they'll just kind of turn around. He's got this amazing turn, so check it out. He gets to the end of the pool, he touches it, then he stands up. He turns around. Sometimes he'll wave, but most of the time he just turns around, puts his foot on the edge, and pushes off again, and manages not to get disqualified. Incredible, incredible, Kurt. Thank you, E. I'll remember that in the future. Beyond that, what's that? No? Yeah? Okay. I'm not sure that one will appear in the Olympics, but I'm sure it's going to show up somewhere. All right, anyways, all that aside, I learned a lot. One of the things that stood out this season was how willing all my swimmers were ready to step up when the team really needed them. Our two Bantam girls, for example, Laurel and Emmanuelle, stepped up to compete at the junior level in the relay races. And not only did they take on that challenge, but those relay races, they won them. And I mean, they won them by a landslide, so that was amazing. That willingness to step up and compete outside your division says a lot about the character of this team. Another thing that stood out this season was how much swimmers improved. At the beginning of the year, Emma Chen, could barely swim to the end of the pool. By the time we made it to our first competition, she was completing full races. I was very, very proud. That was probably one of the most important, most proud moments I had all season, seeing her make it to the end of that pool. Another swimmer that I want to mention, who showed tremendous improvement throughout the season, is Olivier Lonaz. Olivier pushed himself harder than anyone on the team to improve, and consistently throughout the entire season. He even decided to challenge himself by taking on the butterfly. Now, if you don't know what the butterfly is, it's the hardest stroke you can do. It consists of moving your body 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I am not doing it. Don't ask me to, team, okay? But I am definitely not doing it. But it consists of moving your body in a weird kind of way and bringing your entire arms out of the water. Very, very challenging. Very few senior students will even try it. And Lonaz did it. So way to go, Lonaz. Congratulations on that. All of this work paid off. So we competed in 4 meets throughout the season, each one serving as a qualifier that led up to the finals. And with every meet, swimmers were dropping time, gaining confidence, and contributing to their team's points. By the time we reached the finals, it was clear that this group had a real chance to do something special. Now, during the finals, I got a little nervous. Okay, so you gotta understand that, like, during the finals, I'm sitting there and I'm actually in front of a laptop. I'm not even with my team. I'm sitting in front of a laptop because I had to count up all the points to see where everybody was and how, like, the teams were adding up and who's gonna win the banner in the end, right? And it comes to a point where about halfway, well, not even about, we're exactly halfway. Okay, we're halfway through the meet and we're down by 50 points. Now, to give you an idea, that's like 5 first-place finishes. We're down by 50 points to the nearest team close to us. Okay, we are far, far below. We're down 50 points, and all of a sudden, right, we've got the senior boys relay, and I look down, and there's someone from our team that's on the ground outside of the pool, and they're in pain, and there's a bunch of people crowded around them. And then I go up, and I was like, okay, it's Rombo, it's fine, whatever. And I go back and sit down. But at that point, I was sure that we were finished. Okay, I was sure that we don't have a chance now. Okay, Rombo's out, and he's one of our key swimmers here. And I'm looking at this, we're down 50 points. We've got the first half of the thing already gone by. We're down one of our key swimmers. We still have another senior boys relays to come up. There's no way we can take it. Well, I was wrong. Slowly, bit by bit, the team kept on going, kept on competing, kept on giving everything that they had. And not only did we take home the banner, we took home Senior Boys MVP, we took home Junior Girls MVP, we took home Bantam Girls MVP, and we took home Bantam Boys MVP. So that team not only gave all they had, but they did it in an incredible fashion. To finish it off, I just want to say that when we won by 20 points. And to most of you, you don't understand how close that really is. Okay? I went through it. I took the time before writing this speech to actually go through all the points. And what it came down to is if just any one of our swimmers on that team that day weren't there, we would not have won the banner. So it's important before I do the awards that you all recognize just how important you were to this year's season. So Ryan, Anthony, E, Rodrigo, Santi, Mila, Lena, not Relina, Renata, Jury, Reno, Amber, Emma, Emily, Claudia, Mateo, Laurel, Emmanuel, Olivier Lonaz, and Olivier Tremblay. Congratulations on an excellent season. All right, I have a good number of awards to give out, so bear with me, right? 19 players, but keep in mind that this is both Bantam, Junior, and Seniors, so it's kind of split up a little different. I'm going to start with the Bantam S's and the Sportsmanship Awards. So the Sportsmanship Award is given to a swimmer who consistently demonstrates respect, positivity, and strong character both in the pool and as a teammate. This student athlete could always be heard during our meets, cheering on his team and more specifically, his big sister. In addition, he won all 4 of his races during the finals and he's now earning a Bantam S. Congratulations, Olivier Tremblay. A second Bantam S award goes to one of the league's strongest Bantam swimmers, earning Bantam Girls MVP honors at the finals after winning all 4 of her races. Her performances were a major contribution to this team's championship. Congratulations to Laurel Dudley. I'm going to continue before having anybody come up with our Junior and Senior S's. So for our Junior S award, goes to an athlete who represented her team extremely well at every meet. Her consistency, determination, and strong performances made her an important part of the team's success. Congratulations, Amélie Tremblay. And now I have 2 Senior S's to give out. Anthony was one of the team's strongest senior competitors this year, delivering strong performances and contributing valuable points across multiple events. He improved consistently throughout the season, and despite sometimes going a little too heavy on leg days at the gym, brought back some of the best freestyle times in the league. Congratulations, Anthony. Lena also had a tremendous season, competing with determination and helping strengthen the team across several races throughout the year. Although she couldn't swim during the finals, her contributions throughout the season saw the team arriving there in excellent standing. Congratulations, Lena. You can all come up and get your prizes. The Major S Award and the Swim Team MVP trophy are given to the swimmer whose performance, leadership, and results had the greatest impact on the team this season. The student athlete had an exceptional season and capped it off with an incredible performance at the finals, where he won all 4 of his events by incredible margins. He was a great help to me all season, and his performances played a major role in securing the team's championship. Please stand and help me congratulate Ryan Chan.
That's mine. Okay, just before I call up our next presenter, this was Mrs. Stratzier's first year, but sadly, her last year as a coach. Christy, you took the program to the next level, and we're super thankful for all you did. We're going to miss you. So next up, Senior Girls Volleyball, Mrs. Stratsier.
Thank you. I actually got a rare call from my son Baron, who attended the school last year, and I told him I'm about to go to the athletic assembly and do a presentation. It's been a while since I actually spoke in front of people, and I said, any words of wisdom? Yeah, Mom, you can talk, don't go long. Okay, I will try not to go long. But before I get into highlights from the season, I just wanted to thank Mr. Spurk. He works tireless hours organizing our league. He organized the first ever SSIAA, or we'll call it the South Shore All-Star Game with the ETIAC League. He actually reached out to a friend when most of the volleyball seasons were already done and our senior girls team was looking for another team to play for their senior night. He called his friend, brought their team after their season had finished out so our graduating girls could have one last home game. All of this while he welcomed a new member to the family. So, thank you. Well, the D4 team had an exceptional year this year. We started off the season by repeat champions of the Stanstead Invitational Tournament, walked away from Ottawa with the banner from the Red Cup Tournament, placed first in the ETIAC League, took the ETIAC playoffs as first. The RSEQ, we were actually out of the playoffs before we even got a chance because our season started afterwards. But as soon as we got our team together, we quickly would have been contenders for the playoffs as well. 4 of our young ladies were selected to go on the ETIAC playoff all-star game and brought home the cup there as well. So it's been a heck of a season, and we're not done yet. We're actually battling for first place in the South Shore League this Thursday and then playoffs during the break. So. Still going strong. Yeah, the D4 team is filled with not only talented athletes, but great teammates and absolutely amazing individuals. It has been one of my best pleasures to coach this team. They truly embody what we desire of a Spartan athlete. They gave me a lovely prize, so I have to pause for a second. They do truly, a true test of character is how somebody behaves when nobody is looking or when they're under pressure. And these ladies passed with flying colors. Fierce competitors who carry themselves with respect, compassion, and grace. There wasn't a single moment I wasn't proud of these ladies. The weekly practices, 4 times a week, plus the games, they still requested 6 a.m. practice and evenings and weekends whenever there wasn't other practices. These girls worked hard. The music, if you walked past the gym when the D4 team was practicing, you definitely heard it. The music was blaring. And normally you don't have music on when you're coaching a team, but these ladies needed to make sure that they kept having fun. From bean boozled penalties during practice, the music pumping, Pringle chip challenges on the bus, and something called photo roulette. I'm still not quite understanding that one, but yeah, they definitely did have their fun on the bus, and it was such a wonderful team to coach. Ladies, thank you for your energy, your dedication, and pride representing Stanstead College this year. It was an amazing season, and I couldn't be prouder. Now, fortunately for me, this is actually the hardest part about my coaching gig all year, is selecting the awards. Our first Senior S Award winner, Elsa Lavallee, is a definition of a versatile athlete, able to step onto the court in any position at any time, always ready, never complaining, never shying away from a challenge. She was always ready to go. I know that the team next year will be in great hands with your leadership. Our second Senior S Award winner, Maddie Laber, found her home this season as a powerful right-side attacker. By far her best year after watching her for the past 4 years. Her attacks and her serves quickly earned her the nickname of our weapon. Well done, Maddie. Congratulations. And the most difficult of the awards to select this year is a Sportsmanship Award, because I truly feel like the majority of the team, if not the entire team, deserves this. You were just a fantastic group of individuals. But Evelina Balasova von Sanger stuck out to me in this space because she was first of all, she led every single one of our cheers, and if she didn't show up, nobody knew what to do there. So thank you for that. You know, from coordinating red bow ties in her hair, she absolutely tried to, everything she could do to make us come out together as a team. So thank you, Evelina. Congratulations, ladies. You guys, the three can come up for their awards. Okay, for our Major S Award winners. We have two Major S Award winners this year. The first one goes to a 4-year member of the squad, our co-captain, Matic Trache, whose leadership and passion for volleyball have been central to this program. Honestly, and I think Greg would support this, if Matic was here for one more year, I guarantee you she would have convinced Mr. Spurk and the rest of the schools at the Estuary to start a boys volleyball program too. She has an intense love for the sport, and playing volleyball at Stanstead has brought her a new sense of confidence that I haven't seen. Congratulations, Matic. Come on up. Our final Major S Award winner this year, and this year's Spartan MVP. New to Stanstead College this year, Maxime Cote is undoubtedly an excellent athlete. One of the strongest players that I've seen in the 3 leagues. Actually, I know she is the strongest player in all 3 leagues that we compete in. What truly sets Max apart is her character. When I first saw Max come to volleyball practice and her hits and attacks are at collegiate level, I was actually concerned because we have all different skill sets on our team. We have some girls that's their first year, and when you're playing with a D1 athlete, that can be challenging. But Max was a complete surprise. One of the most humble people I have seen. If somebody was struggling on her team, she would quietly take them aside to make sure that She didn't embarrass them and only uplifted them. Max was an exceptional athlete to coach and a gold asset to our team. Thank you very much, Max, for everything that you've contributed this year. In just her 1 year playing with Stanstead, she earned Student of the Week and Athlete of the Week at the same time, which I believe is a first at Stanstead College. Yeah. She was nominated for the ETIAC All-Star team. She won the game MVP for the ETIAC All-Star game, and she is now our final Major S Award winner and this season's MVP. Maxim Cote.
All right, our last program of the night. Senior boys basketball, Mr. Van Dyke.
First, a huge thank you to Mr. Blair, sitting right there, whose knowledge of the game is only exceeded by how much he cares about the young men in his charge. Sir, it was an honor and a pleasure coaching with you. Let's do the awards first. First, the Sportsmanship Award and one Senior S Award. Talk about both of you. You'll come up together. Senior S first. This grade 12 veteran cares more about basketball than you think. Last year, he and I spent countless nights in the Bugby TOD discussing, analyzing, and arguing about last year's basketball team. He disagreed with me a lot. He even guaranteed me that because so many good players are graduating last year, that we were going to be terrible this year. That take did not age well. But what these TOD talks showed me was underneath that kind of screw you exterior, this player really did care. And this season drove that point home because he was a warrior, a true point guard. He was our most dependable decision maker against pressure. And defensively, he was so good. Lightning fast closeouts, tough as nails, active hands, and so smart, I honestly have trouble remembering him making a defensive mistake. We've come a long way from the Bugby TOD Petito, and what a journey it has been. Senior S to Patricio Morelos. The Sportsmanship Award, another 2-year veteran. I remember apologizing to this player last year after a game where he did not play for 1 second. I felt bad. And his reply to me then was, "It's okay, sir. I just love the game. I'll do whatever the team needs. Don't worry about me." This year, he has the exact same selfless attitude, but he has also upped his game. He became a safer ball handler. He improved his jump shot, and defensively, I don't know if anything fires up our team more than when Emilio unleashes himself like a tornado on some opposing point guard, feet trip hammering, arms flying around, forces a turnover. Like he said to me, he does, well, whatever the team needs. Those aren't just words. He means it. He lives it. Sportsmanship Award to Emilio Alarcon. Come on up, both of you. A major S goes to an athlete who thinks the game as hard as he plays it. Physically, he is a piece of iron. Powerful, tenacious, tireless, and with incredible hands. Nobody ever wins 50-50 balls from him, and he is the best rebounder for his height that I have ever seen in my life. But what really sets him apart is how he uses every single play as an opportunity to analyze, to problem solve the situation, and figure out what will work best the next time. This is like that's a true athlete to me. He doesn't need his coach to tell him to mentally lock in. He's always mentally locked in. He consistently beats taller, faster, and more experienced players by reading the play, by anticipating, and by using their tendencies against them. The thinking man's athlete, Major S, Josh Littman. A major S goes to our top offensive threat. Now, this player turned a corner this season when he started believing deep down that he could score every time he touched the ball. And he proved it with multiple 20-point games. But to earn a major, you gotta do more than that. This player did a lot more than just score. He sprinted the floor in fast breaks, he rebounded, he blocked shots, and he turned himself into an impact defender. I usually don't care that much about awards, to be honest. But it makes me happy when someone who loves the game this much, who worked so hard to get here, who started his Stanstead basketball career way back in grade 7. I love it when true Spartans earn a sweater. So you better be smiling when you come up to get this. Major S, Augie Palacios. So we finished our season 2 weeks ago at a tournament in Lévis, Quebec. We walk into the gym for our first game. The boys notice our inner city opponents standing against the wall, waiting for the previous game to finish. 3 of their players are at least 6'4". No one's under 6 feet, and most of them are black. Now I can say that. They were black. Our players look at each other, eyes wide. The other team looks back at us. They're just oozing confidence. Which is why later that night, I asked Coach Blair, what's the other team think when they see Stanstead walk into a gym? And we both agree we might be the least intimidating team ever. Like, when we walk in, who can we put at the front of the line to intimidate the other team? I want you to think about it. We put Jose? Do we put Noah or Liam? Are we scaring people with Henry Riddle? With Petito? Emilio? Walker Smiths? Anton? So every single name I just mentioned, I guarantee their grandmothers pinch their cheeks every time they see them because they're so darn cute. But honestly, if we needed to strike fear into the hearts of our opponents before the game, there are only 2 players, in my opinion, even a chance of making the other team nervous. I don't know if you can guess this. It's got to be Jeremiah or Matt Remillard, because in the right light, they might be able to look menacing and a little bit threatening. Everyone else, forget about it. Those 2, I think they got it. They're leading into the gym for us. But walking into the gym isn't the only chance to intimidate the other team. There's also the warm-up. So we may be small, we may look like Boy Scouts, but maybe we're a team that can really shoot from outside, just splashing 3 after 3. No. Anyone who's seen us shoot knows that isn't true. Anyone looking over at our side of the gym would see just as many air balls as swishes. So if you're the other team, now you're really, really sure that you've got this game in the bag. Like, how could you possibly lose to a team that looks and shoots like that? And then the whistle blows. The ball gets tossed up, and our speed of play, our fast break, our intensity on our defense hit them like a pack of piranhas. Do you know what piranhas are? Piranhas are mean predator fish that attack huge animals and turn them into skeletons in like 10 seconds. That's what piranhas are. And that's our defense, the piranha defense. You don't want to be a zebra or a wildebeest against this defense. Liam, Emilio, Walker just wrecking opponent point guards right up in the grill, giving them zero space, forcing them into turnovers, or at worst, panic passes towards this murderer's row of Noah, Henry, Augie, Josh, Anton. These guys are all super athletic Dobermans with wingspans like this who are just obsessed with stealing or deflecting every single ball that comes near them. And on the back end, Matt and Petito, who rebound like they're 6'2", and with their buzzsaw hands will rip away any ball you're stupid enough to bring close to them. This is what it was like to play the Spartans this year. In your face, no let up, no time to breathe, not for a second, ever. So how'd that big, scary team with the 6'4" black guys react to this pack of wild dogs hounding them nonstop for 32 straight minutes? They did what a lot of teams did this year. They panicked, they lost, and they walked out of that gym after the game knowing exactly how they could possibly lose to these guys. Because we are relentless. On defense, but on offense too, because we are always attacking. We ask the boys that play at 100%, they actually do that. You ask, there's a bunch of coaches in this room. You ask any coach in this room right now, there is nothing more enjoyable to a coach than to have a team that always outworks, out-toughs, and out-hustles the other team. That is the dream for a coach, and that was this team. I also want to mention how unselfish this team is. I'm not going to lie. I've been coaching for a while. I've become jaded, a little bit jaded in recent years, with the self-centeredness of the modern high school athlete. But you young men have restored my faith. You put the team ahead of yourself, always. When you had that team meeting with me in November, asking that Coach Blair and I stop forcing equal playing time for everybody, I was beyond impressed. I'm used to players demanding more time for themselves, not suggesting less time just because it's better for the team. This season is going to stick with me for a long time. So many memories, winning our own SIT, Henry's breakout games at Case, shutting down BCS's superstar on his home floor, Noah's swooping layups from the left side, losing to Quebec High, D3 in the Anderson Bailey, but coaches coming up to tell me how amazing you guys were. Liam pickpocketing opponents up top and taping off at warp speed for fast break layups. Along with the senior girls pushing the SC Cruiser out of that snowbank at St. Hubert. Josh's full court spin move layup. Winning 3 must-win games in a row to qualify, just to qualify for the SEQ playoffs. Anton dropping threes with no facial expression, of course. One player who I will not name, shooting 5 airballed free throws in one game. Don't say his name out loud. That's not me. Augie's footwork inside, the atmosphere in the Mackay gym during home games, Walker dunking in warm-up, us getting absolutely smoked versus North Country. Thank God they reset the score every quarter. Petito and Augie taking those charges. Our solid 20-4 overall record, including a win and 2 runner-up finishes in tournaments. Emilio pulling up and hitting that jumper in transition. When you guys play 3-on-3, well, we did a lot at the end of the year. The camaraderie and pure love of sport that you guys show. And maybe my favorite memory, something's got to be number 1. After losing Augie to injury before halftime of the RSEQ quarterfinals, every single player stepped up for their fallen teammate and upset the number 1 ranked team anyway. Boys, there's so many more nice things I could say about this season, but I've already gone over the time limit. So on behalf of Coach Blair, I'll just say thank you. This team, you young men, were everything this old coach could ask for. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll do it.
All right.
My fault. Sorry. So stupid. The EC Amaron MVP trophy for excellence in sportsmanship and basketball will be shared this year between our two Major S winners. In addition to what they brought to the court, they were natural leaders, de facto captains, and outstanding ambassadors for Spartans basketball. Josh and Augie, please come back up together to receive the MVP trophy.
Good job, boys. Okay, that concludes our Winter Athletic Assembly. Thank you all very much. I know it's long, but you did a great job. Thank you for your comportment. Thank you again for representing us so well in the arenas, the pools, the curling clubs, and the gyms. And this is a big one, so just think about it. There's always people who leave. So would all award winners please stay behind for photos? That's Bantam S, Junior S, Senior S, Sportsmanship, Major S winners, and MVP trophy winners. Stay behind. A reminder, you're now off to your houses. Have a great night.